Alright, welcome back to the channel. On today's video, I'm going to cover my 2024 archery setup. This is pretty much not going to change for the foreseeable future. Maybe an arrow change next year, but I did change the arrows from last year to this year. But so far, this setup is pounding. I mean, it's just performing. And for me, I didn't see a big jump in any of the newer bows this year for me to really go, yep, I'm going to change from this bow. So like the last video, we're still shooting the PSE Evo XF33. This one has the Evolve cam system on it, the original Evolve cam system. I have this bow turned up to 77 pounds right now, and I'm shooting a 544 grain day 6 HD 4mm with the titanium components in the front, 3 fletched with AAE Max Stealths, and I'm shooting Evolution Outdoors Jekyll and Hyde broadheads. Those have just been performing awesome for me. They fly great. If you guys want more information on the Jekyll and the Hyde, I will do a separate video later on in the week that will cover just the broadheads themselves. Otherwise, between now and then, Lusk does have a test video up on the Hyde, and it was the second highest testing broadhead he has tested ever. So definitely a great option for the broadhead, and paired with the titanium components, it's just a super rock solid setup. As far as my strings, as always, I'm going to use Unbound archery strings. I've been using Unbound for, this will be my second or third year using them. Great performance, no stretch, no creep, no timing issues, nothing like that. This year I did swap out the Spot Hog for an HHA. I'm shooting the Rise X3, the new X3 in the Max version. The thing I like about the Max is it has this like little dust cover, and the wheels are replaceable, so I can put different wheels on for different arrow setups. I do have it on the short dovetail, ran in as close to the riser as I can. And then I did add a bonus ring to the outside of my housing. For those of you guys that don't know, the X3 has a smaller housing than the 4-pin slider. And for me, I like to shoot a bigger peep. I just wasn't framing out right, but this bonus ring helps me be able to frame that out perfectly in my peep. For my rest, still shooting the tried and true Hamskea Epsilon. I've been loving this rest. It's great. I got it running to the bottom limb. Quiver, Tight Spot Pivot 2.5, probably my favorite quiver ever to date. I don't like taking my quiver off. I like it to live on my bow, and this quiver is just phenomenal. I also tie some D-loop material on the top of the riser and on the bottom of the riser in case I'm in the backcountry and need to tie another D-loop. So I have number 23 down here and number 24 up here. I do have the Limb Saver quad dampeners, 2 on each limb, and the PSE little stubby. This does not come on the XF. You have to find one or buy it to get this. Moving on, I have the Titanium Archery product draw stops. These have been phenomenal. I like them way better than the stock ones. It gives you a nice solid back wall, especially when shooting the hinge. I really enjoy these titanium draw stops. And the titanium roller guard, it's just buttery smooth. I have nothing else to say other than it's buttery smooth. And I'm also using the Titanium Archery Products string dampener. This thing is honestly like the biggest upgrade if you want your bow to get quieter. I don't know what is going on with it, but it was significantly quieter than the stock string stop. So I highly recommend this string stop for sure. As far as stabilizers, this is how I'm going to run my stabilizers, other than the fact this is an Elite stubby from like an Omnia or an Ethos, and I just added my weights to the front of it. gives it just a little bit more squishiness, and I think it makes it just a little bit quieter as well. I will be adding one to my back bar as well. I'm waiting for that one to arrive. But this is an 11-inch or 10 3/4 inch front bar with 4 ounces of weight on the front. And then this is a 6 3/4 inch back bar with 10 ounces of weight on the back. I know it sounds like a lot, but this bow just holds so steady for me with this configuration that I'm okay sacrificing a little bit of weight on my back bar for that stability when the shot arises. So that's my stabilizer setup with the titanium archery product, a reverse thread back bar mount. I'm also running some grip tape on my grip, and I'm shooting it right off the riser. I've had no complaints about the grip tape so far, other than I did have to rough it up at first because it was a little too rough when I first put it on. And the other thing I did to this bow that is definitely not necessary, but I did, since I shoot this bow so well, I did plan on keeping it for a while. I swapped every single piece of hardware to titanium. So all my hardware on my bow is titanium. My limb bolt screws, the limb pocket screws, all my cam screws, even these screws over here are all titanium. It was definitely well worth the upgrade for me, since I do plan to keep this bow for a couple more years yet. But that is my 2024 archery setup, and it's shooting so good I have no reason to change from it. And if you guys are looking for a bow that is gonna perform for you but not a flagship bow so you can save some money, the PSE Evo XF33 is a great option. You got shims, you got yoke systems, you got a nice smooth cam, a big 7 1/8 inch brace height. I'm still shooting at 27.5 inches of draw length and 80% let off. At 77 pounds and a 544 grain arrow, I'm still hitting that 258 feet per second mark. And like I said, it's a tack driver. So that is my hunting setup for 2024. If you guys like content like this and you want to see more, please hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys in the next video. If you got any recommendations, throw them in the comment section down below. I'd love to cover any archery topics that you guys have. Thanks.